I think the biggest thing about the locker room is you get people from every different background, every different community, every different race, and you get all those people to come together for one common goal. With these last few months, with the Black Lives Matter movement, seeing the community, black and white,
in his own skin. I mean, that's pressure. I don't want to say he's the face of the NFL, but he's right now up on top. Of course, a lot of merchandise is sold, but a guy who can really handle it.
Yeah, and he grew up in professional locker rooms with his father, who was a professional baseball player. And so nothing from the beginning ever seemed to faze this guy. And the great thing about it is, even after he got paid, Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs knew he wouldn't change. He's the same guy.
2nd down and 5, fighting his way for a first down. That's Darrell Williams across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
You know, they might get a little bit more physical along this offensive front now with Kelechi Osemele in there. He is a big people mover on the inside. Number 70, and he already has been in on a couple of nice runs where he's gotten somebody out of the way.
Edwards, Allaire back in the backfield. Mahomes, good protection, fires a little high and almost picked. Eric Murray, one-time draft pick of Kansas City, number 23, the safety, almost had it at least 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was one of those, I'm not really sure. They were completely out of sync with this one. I don't even really know who he was throwing to. Maybe Tyreek Hill was coming out of that route and just seemed to peel off of it. It almost cost Patrick Mahomes a pick. They make some mistakes. I went through all their throws a season ago. Those guys sometimes, they're not exactly on the same page.
Edwards-Helaire with a good run out past the 30-yard line. Tackled there by Murray. Comes up inches short of the first down. 3rd and less than 1.
As if they needed another weapon out here. You're starting to see a little bit of the magic that Edwards-Helaire has to him. Built very low to the ground, very quick with those jump cuts. And you start adding a bit of a running game to this offense.
From the 31-yard line. Kelsey sits up inside. Edwards-Helaire again exploits that hole. You know, running backs have been diminished in recent years. If you follow the NFL in the draft, very infrequently did they get drafted very high. I mean, Saquon Barkley would be an exception. So he goes in the 1st round, but he was the last choice in the 1st round, 32nd.
Yeah, he's popping, but I do want to point out this offensive line looks a little bit different. Watch this cutoff block in here by Osemele to get that edge set right there on McKinney and go right by him. That is more than a handful of plays that directly attributable to Osemele.
Fakes the give, then tosses it to Edwards-Helaire. That offense, of course, Andy Reid, the architect, but Eric Bieniemy has been the offensive coordinator, sending in the plays. A guy who is definitely on the top of a lot of lists to at least be interviewed, and has been over the past couple of years, and sooner or later will become a head coach.
I was stunned he didn't get a job last year. He should have. But in talking to Eric, he said maybe it was better I didn't, because can you imagine trying to be a first-year head coach in this environment right now?
Especially with a team that comes off a losing season, where a couple catches made here, and reaching is Robinson, close to a first down.
Yeah, Andy Reid was telling us how disappointed all the players were for Eric Bieniemy. They just knew that he was going to get a job. They knew he deserved it. He's a motivator. He's a guy that the players just love, and they were really frustrated with that one.
They just respotted the ball and gave him a first down at the 49-yard line.
So, Al, I'm going to go back to my point about the punt and 4th and 4, right?
Sure.
So, ordinarily you say no way in the world you ever go for it in that situation, but you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you didn't learn anything a year ago, it is that this team goes up and down the field, and does it make a difference if you get it on the 10 or they get it on the 50? They're hard to stop.
Well, I'm not saying that the Texans put their hand in the oven. That pass, the snap itself, as J.J. Watt came across the line. Stunningly, we've only had, 2 penalty calls in the game. You thought that teams would be out of sync. We had a false start against the Texans. And Clete Blakeman, a man we haven't heard from much tonight, will call this one for us.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
J.J. Watt.
This is one of those, Al, where they say, you're supposed to watch the ball if you play defense. Well, you can't get any closer to the ball than J.J. was, and he just got a little jump and kept right on rolling. Boy, if he gets back healthy, he was having a heck of a year last year before he hurt that pec. If he can get back to form, it is going to be a major plus for this team.
First down and 5. Again, the rookie, Edwards-Helaire, looking real good tonight to the 38-yard line. Tackle there by John Reed. So he's already carried 8 times for 57 yards in a quarter and a half.
Yeah, these are those zone runs where everybody comes off. Watch the cutoff block coming right here. All the linemen move one direction, then the back makes a one cut. 70% of their plays are zone running plays, and for Edwards-Helaire, it's exactly what they did at LSU as well. So he comes in and fits in immediately.
From the 38, the rookie again, Edwards-Helaire. Good run here. You were mentioning you go for it on 4th down. I think, and I started to say, you put your hand in the oven, and that's what the Texans did last year in the divisional game. They had a 24-7 lead, shocked everybody by faking a punt from about their own 30-yard line. Dan Sorensen made a great tackle, and then the Chiefs were off and running.
Yeah, but they also had a 4th and 1 and kicked a field goal down around the 10-yard line, so you could make the argument either way. Does it make a difference? They outscored them 51-7 after that.
They were going for the kill shot.